In order to feel high without the use of drugs, you must first be able to encourage your mind to be quiet. You don't know this until your mind becomes quiet, that most of your suffering is actually being generated inside you with your mind, with your emotions, in some ways with what you're doing with your body. And a lot of that's living in the future and living in the past. It's all kinds of things that you're doing with your mind that are actually upsetting to you. They're causing the drama that's going on inside of you. When you get the mind quiet and that all kinds of starts to settle down, things begin to change. You begin to feel a little differently, and you realize existence itself is just a little bit sweet. But you're blocking that sweetness by your mind running all over the place. One of the things you can do to learn how to calm your mind down to make it quieter is to learn to look at the space between your thoughts or between the images. That'll slow down your mind's automatic, repetitive, just blasting you with thoughts all the time with images. You just kind of work on it for a while, like you would when you're watching or listening to music. You can listen to the space in between the notes, but you can do that with your mind as well. And actually, that's a good way to practice, is listening to music that way. Just play with it for a little while. But if you can hear how I'm talking now, I'm accentuating that space just a little bit. Now, for most people, because of TikTok and the ease of things and shorts and those kinds of things, we're speeding everything up faster and faster and faster. Your mind's doing that as well. Now it's caught in these loops. It's caught in this so much attention on every form of the thought, every sound that you hear. And so you just back it off the other way. Make a little bit space in your own thoughts, in your own attention stream. Maybe take 5 seconds between videos. Try to do something to kind of break that mechanism up, because your mind is actually generating a lot of the suffering you're feeling, which is different than pain. If someone were to punch me, I would be in pain in my face. The suffering would be all the things that I do around that. Oh, I'm a loser because I got punched. Oh, if I were a real man, I would have known that punch was coming and I would have been able to do something about it. Those are all the things that people are doing in their mind that create some suffering. Now, some of that can be useful. You want to use your mind to do useful things and move yourself forward. But if you do too much of it, you end up, like I said, suffering your mind all the time. So you want to practice getting outside of your mind, so you recognize you are different than your mind and you are different than your emotions. And that takes some time to do. It takes some methods. I have thousands of them. It's the big thing that I'm trying to figure out how to teach people, is these really cool methods that can help you do all this. And actually, I have a free course in my email chain, and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go check it out. There's a free course and there's some description of what I'm doing here and who I am and why, but that'll be in the description. In any case, you need to start to change how you use your mind and how you use your emotions, how you use your body from the inside out. As you do that, as your mind gets quiet, we could stack a lot of different techniques and ways of doing things, ways of using your mind, so that you can eventually make yourself just feel amazing, so that you're just walking around feeling ecstasy, feeling just fantastic all the time. And I'm using these words that kind of get convoluted and caught up in some of the drug culture. None of this I'm talking about has to do with drugs or alcohol. It has to do with using your body, your mind, your emotions, your brain in the way that will create these states for you. We're actually designed to do that, but you have to use all the different parts of you to bring yourself to these peaks of experiences, which at first means stop doing the things that are keeping that from happening. A lot of that is what I'm talking about here, is that your mind is running all the time. Your emotions are running all the time. You're in the past, you're in the future, you're imagining scenarios, you're thinking about, if I was in third grade, if I could have done this, things would have been better, or if I'd been born this way, or if I look that way. All these things that are totally not changeable by you in any way. And so you miss what you can change, which is your own mind, your own emotions, your own body, your own attention, where you're putting it. All those things you can change. Once you do that, you can start using your own system in a way that you can just make yourself feel extraordinary. I do it all the time. I go for a walk every day and I work on these methods. I don't take myself from not feeling very good, and often I'm just feeling a little blasted after I see like 10 clients in a day and they're telling me about the problems, and I'm working with their body and helping them through pain and going through all the ramifications of that, and I just feel exhausted. So I go for a walk, maybe at a lake or even in a mall when it's not very nice out, and I do those methods. No one can see I'm doing it, and by the end I just feel extraordinary. And that's what I want to share with everybody. That's where I'm trying to go with things. And so this first step that I'm talking about here is realizing that your mind is kind of creating the suffering, and we just kind of want to slow that down a little bit. And one of the best first steps is getting into your own mind, looking at the thoughts, trying to find the space between them. Maybe practice it for 10 or 20 seconds every hour. You don't need to do it all the time. You just need to work on it. So follow for more tips to feel better. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in that free course, and hopefully we'll see you over there. But follow for more tips to feel better.